Coming up on Spartan Sports Report, the football team traveled to Lincoln, Nebraska for a matchup with the Cornhuskers, women's soccer hosted a ranked opponent at DeMartin Stadium, and the men's hockey team returned to Munn Ice Arena for a Friday night exhibition.
Hello and welcome into the Spartan Newsroom for this all-new episode of the Spartan Sports Report. I'm Jack David.
And I'm Ryan Fishwild. Jack, how was your weekend?
I had a great one. Like many Spartans, I was at the ISOM campout this Friday. Were you there?
I was there too, and as was the case with most students, I didn't get a lick of sleep. I wasn't asleep until 7 a.m. in my apartment later that day. Luckily, I was able to get up in time for the 4 p.m. kickoff at Michigan State's football matchup against Nebraska.
I also got right up in time just for that game, so let's get right into the action. After the bye week, the Michigan State football team took a trip to Lincoln to take on another Big Ten rival, the Cornhuskers. After dropping a tough one to then number 25 USC 2 weeks ago, the Spartans were looking to pick up their first Big Ten win of the season. Nebraska did not waste any time getting the scoring going after stopping the Spartans on the first drive. Senior running back Emmett Johnson punched this one in after some misdirection. The Cornhuskers weren't done there as they blocked this punt to quickly get out to a 14-0 lead. Michigan State showed plenty of fight, scoring a touchdown in the second to cut the lead in half before Aiden Childs got hot. Look at the scamper from the junior quarterback in the third quarter to tie the game up at 14. Later in the quarter, the green and white are in the red zone once again and push home another score as Childs shoves this one in for his second touchdown of the game to make it 21-14 Spartans. However, after that, it would be all Big Red as the Cornhuskers would go on to score 24 points in the second half, highlighted by 2 more touchdowns from Johnson and this 59-yard score from Dylan Raiola to Neziah Hunter. Nebraska would go on to win the game 38-27, dropping the Spartans to 3-2 on the season and 0-2 in conference play. Michigan State will be back at home to host the UCLA Bruins this Saturday at noon for its homecoming game.
After back-to-back upset wins, the Michigan State men's soccer team headed home to take on the Nittany Lions. The game started as a defensive battle. Take a look at this save by Penn State goalkeeper Jonathan Evans on a shot by Colin Arce. The green and white would find the back of the net shortly after, signed, sealed, and delivered by Richie Ludwig, collecting his 3rd goal of the season. Not even 5 minutes later, the Nittany Lions responded with the equalizer, slated by Van Danielson. The score would remain equal after the break, but it would be all blue and white in the second half. Scoring the game winner on his boot to the top corner of the net is Malik Dauda in the 73rd minute. That would be all she wrote, as the Nittany Lions would collect their 2-1 win on the road in East Lansing. Spartan head coach Damon Rensing had this to say following the loss.
We really took some steps forward against Indiana, Michigan. I thought we took a little bit of a step back tonight in our box and critical defending. And obviously for the chances we created, we probably need more than one goal. So, that's tough. But we'll take this and move on.
Michigan State travels to Evanston, Illinois on Saturday to face the Northwestern Wildcats.
Switching over from the women's soccer team, players of the past and present filled DeMartin Stadium for Alumni Day and a top 25 matchup against Ohio State on Sunday. A physical first half result in 11 Spartan fouls and 9 for the Buckeyes. It was Ohio State's Berkeley Mape who struck first, capitalizing off a free kick with this header into the goal in just under 2 minutes left in the half. It was until the 61st minute when Bella Najera tied the game with this score, the first scored on OSU goalkeeper Molly Pritchard in conference play this season. Both teams were unable to break the tie, and the game ended 1-1. After the draw, head coach Jeff Hostler and goal scorer Najera talked about the challenge of scoring against a top goalkeeper in the conference.
And it may take something special to beat her, which is why it takes some of those extra chances and more quantity of chances to try and find opportunities to beat her.
We knew right away that she was a quality keeper. I mean, she's let in 0 goals in the Big Ten, so we knew it was going to take something special to get in the back of the net. And even the amount of shots we got, she's a quality keeper and she saved a bunch of them. So.
Michigan State will be back on the road this Thursday, taking on rival Michigan at 7 p.m.
The Michigan State field hockey team opened its 5-game homestand against number 15 Rutgers last Friday. The Scarlet Knights found their momentum quickly, scoring 2 goals in 2 minutes during the first quarter. Graduate midfielder Maddie Lawler led the charge for the Spartans with 3 shots on goal, but that wouldn't be enough as Rutgers would score 3 more goals to end the game 5-0. On Sunday, the Spartans were back at it again, hosting number 11 Maryland, their second-ranked opponent of the weekend. Maryland saw its first shot fall early in the first quarter from Jordan Holliman. The Terrapins continued to pressure the Spartan defense with 17 shots in the first half. But MSU's Lyra Gavino keeping the Spartans' hope alive with a total of 8 saves in the first half, holding Maryland to only 1 goal. The green and white beginning to find their groove in the second half, earning their first penalty shot of the game, which did not fall. The Spartans went on to earn 2 more penalty shots, but could not get past Maryland's Alyssa Klabasco. The Terrapins putting the nail in the coffin late in the fourth quarter with this goal by Ella Gayton to take the 2-0 lead and ultimately defeat MSU. Michigan State will remain at Ralph Young Field for its next 3 games, first taking on number 17 Appalachian State next Sunday at noon.
Last weekend, the men's tennis team sent senior David Say and sophomore Mitchell Sheldon to Holland, Michigan for the Hope College RSM invite. The highlight of the Spartans weekend was Sheldon's solid single performance as he won his first 3 matches, eventually falling just short in the singles championship to Adin Adesaro from Western Michigan. The team has sent 3 Spartans south for an entire week of competition in the Lexington M15 invite, which began yesterday. The women's tennis team welcomed a quartet of opponents to East Lansing as they hosted the 2025 Michigan State Classic. On the opening day of action, freshman Nina Plehall made her Spartan debut where she won her singles match against DePaul, as well as defeating the Broncos in one of her doubles matches. Saturday saw the Spartans hit a snag, going winless across all 5 matches. Despite the struggles on Saturday, MSU salvaged the weekend with Sarah Fosligic and Plehall picking up straight set sweeps on Sunday. The Spartans will look to build off momentum from the weekend's victories as they travel down the road to Ann Arbor to participate in the Wolverine Invitational.
The number 3 ranked Spartan hockey team took to the ice for the first time this season to host the Windsor Lancers in an exhibition game. Coach Nightingale likes to preach about taking every team and game seriously, and this exhibition was no different. Only 35 seconds into the contest, Daniel Russell feeding this pass from behind the net to newcomer Porter Martone for the Spartans to jump out to a 1-0 lead. Tommy Monisto buries this rocket of a shot, the 4th line extending the Spartans' lead to 2 in the second period. Spartans taking to the power play only seconds later. Maxim Sturbach quarterbacks this play. Charlie Stramel gets the tip at the front of the net to make it 3 in a row for the green and white. The freshman Riker Lee skating to the slot, showing his magical hands with this deke, putting it up high for the Spartans. 4th goal of the night. MSU doubling the Lancers' shot count 50-23 as the Spartans would share hugs following the 4-0 exhibition win. After the victory, Nightingale and Lee talked about the importance of this exhibition game.
It's a little more powerful, you know, when you're talking about teaching, when you have game footage of, hey, this is really good and that we need to continue to do this stuff, or hey, this is not to the standard and we got to fix it.
I think it was really good for us to have that exhibition game and get a feel for it, and now we can hit the ground running when the real games start. I mean, we treated that game like a real game, so I think we'll be ready to go next weekend.
The Spartans moved to number 2 in the USCHO and USA hockey polls and will be back at Munn Ice Arena this Thursday and Friday for their home opener against the New Hampshire Wildcats.
Michigan State Volleyball took a quick trip to Evanston, Illinois to face off against the Northwestern Wildcats. Freshman Bianca Mumshalar went cat hunting, leading the Spartans in kills with 16, her career high. That was her 4th double-digit kill performance in MSU's last 5 games. The Wildcats took the first set, but MSU came back strong, winning the next 3, securing the match 3-1. The team stayed in Illinois to take on the Fighting Illini on Sunday. The match started with the Spartans taking the first set, but the remainder would be back and forth volley between the teams. After forcing a 5th set, the Spartans weren't able to stop the Illini as they went on an 11-1 run, winning the set 15-5, giving Kelsey's team their 2nd loss of the season. The Spartans are going to be birdwatching this Friday at home, taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes for their 5th conference match of the season.
Michigan State women's golf traveled to Illinois to participate in the Windy City Collegiate Classic in a 2-day, 54-hole tournament. Junior Anna Sofia Murcia finished third individually with her best career performance, shooting 6 under par. 4 other Spartans would finish in the top 50, solidifying their 4th place finish in the tournament. Next week, MSU will take a trip to Europe, playing at the historic St. Andrews course in Scotland for the St. Andrews Links Collegiate, beginning October 13th.
Thank you all for tuning to this week's episode of Spartan Sports Report.
For more content, make sure to check out all of our social medias below, as well as the Spartan Newsroom website. I'm Ryan Fishwild.
And I'm Jack David. We will see you all next week.